At her graduation party, my stepdaughter sat me near the trash cans while her biological dad took my seat. Then she gave her real dad the laptop I bought, thanked him for believing in her since day one, and whispered I was just a small regret. I ate in silence. After everyone left, she handed me the $5.132.88 bill for the night. I looked at it, then at her, and walked out. 127 missed calls because her card didn't go through. You can sit there, she said, pointing vaguely toward the metal chair closest to the trash cans. Her voice didn't rise above the music, but the words hit like a slap. I looked at the seat, wobbly leg. Crushed soda can on the floor beside it, 2 feet from where the caterers were dumping plates of half-eaten food. There, she repeated, now impatient. I blinked. Ava, is this? I just need you to be chill tonight. Okay? She cut me off. Then she turned, her dress shimmering under the lights, and practically skipped toward the center table, my seat, where her biological father had just been guided by a smiling server. He sat down with the confidence of someone who knew he was welcome. My chair, the one I was supposed to have, the one I paid for, next to her mother. Next to her. I watched as she leaned in and gave him a side hug. All performative warmth and gratitude. And pulled something from under the table. It was gift-wrapped, clumsy, but deliberate. Open it, Dad, she said, her voice rising with excitement. I didn't need to see it. I already knew. He peeled the paper away slowly, milking it for the crowd. And there it was. The exact laptop I bought a month ago. The one she picked out with me. Down to the matte finish and the upgraded memory. The one she told me would help her with her next steps in grad school. Now she was handing it to him. She hugged him again. Her voice dropped low, just enough that she probably thought I wouldn't hear. Thanks for believing in me since day one. And then, barely a whisper, but I heard it. He's just a small regret. I didn't flinch. I just sat there, back straight, hands folded in my lap like I was at a funeral. I ate in silence. Plastic plate, warm potato salad. My fork trembled just once. The speeches came next. Her mentor from university, then a friend, then her mother. One by one, they raised glasses to her brilliance, her courage, her future. I clapped. I smiled. I even took a few pictures, like some hired assistant. No one thanked me. By the time the DJ started packing up and the last guest wandered out, I was already stacking empty cups into bins. Old habit. Do something useful, even when invisible. She came over when the room was almost empty. No preamble. No eye contact. Just a folded slip of paper. What's this? I asked. Just what's left for the night. You said you'd cover it. I opened the receipt. $5.132.88. I stared at it, then looked up. She finally met my eyes. I folded the paper in half, slid it back onto the table, and said nothing. Then I turned and walked out. I didn't go home that night. I drove, nowhere in particular, just away. Gas tank ticking down, city lights thinning into darkness. At some point, I ended up in a Taco Bell parking lot, eating a cold quesadilla while reading the bill again under the dome light. $5.132.88, and not a single thank you. The worst part? I'd already paid most of it in advance. The venue deposit, the custom cake, even the balloons that spelled "Congrats Ava" in gold foil. She just wanted me to see the total to make me feel owned. Like the help, it had never been about gratitude. It had always been about leverage. I met Ava when she was 10. She was shy at first, testing me in the quiet way some kids do when they've been burned too many times by promises with expiration dates. Her mom, Dana, was warm but guarded, divorced for years. Her ex, Brent, the real dad, was mostly absent. He swooped in every so often with a weekend ski pass or a last-minute birthday card with $50 inside. Then he'd disappear for months. I never wanted to replace anyone. I just wanted to show up and stay. For a while, it seemed like that was enough. When Ava got the flu in 9th grade, I was the one who slept on the floor next to her bed, holding a bowl, rubbing her back. Dana worked night shifts. When she got rejected from her first-choice college, I stayed up editing her essay until 3 a.m. for the next round. When she made it into UC Berkeley, I bought the plane ticket and the dorm essentials. Brent sent an emoji. She called me dad once. Just once. It was quiet. We were making pancakes. She burned one. I remember her saying, "Dad, This one looks like Kansas. And then catching herself. She never said it again. But I held on to that moment like it meant something. The laptop had been the latest in a long line of gifts. Not because she asked, but because she dropped hints like breadcrumbs. My old one's lagging so bad. I can't even open Zoom. I'm just so stressed. Her voice always softened when she needed something. Not warm, calculated. Dana, of course, always defended her. She's just overwhelmed. Love, she's got a lot on her shoulders. Funny, I thought I had the shoulders. 2 days after the party, Dana called me. Her tone was casual. Hey babe, Ava's just figuring out how to split the bill. Do you want her to Venmo you the difference or just handle it? I said nothing. Babe, you know what she said to me? Dana, my voice was quiet but sharp. Silence. She called me a regret. She handed me the check and called me a regret. Dana sighed, like she'd heard this story 100 times. She didn't mean it like that. You know how emotional these nights are. No, I know how calculated she is. Dana's tone shifted. Firm now. Don't make this about you. This was her night, her moment. I paid for her moment. And then I ended the call. It escalated faster than I expected. That weekend, Ava posted a carousel on Instagram. The caption read, "Forever grateful to the man who never gave up on me." #RealDad #since day one. First slide, her hugging Brent. Second, him unwrapping the laptop. Third, him giving a mock toast while everyone cheered. I wasn't in a single photo. The comments poured in. I love this. You two look so much alike. Such a proud dad. Then one that hit like a hammer. This is what family looks like. I stared at it until my eyes burned. Then I scrolled back, deep into her feed. My birthday gift to her last year? No post. The graduation watch I engraved? Buried. The Disneyland trip I financed when she was 16? Not even a story highlight. I had been erased. Cleanly. Deliberately. Monday morning, a notification popped up. @Ava_Mar tagged you in a comment. I clicked it. It was another photo of her and Brent. Same party. Different caption. Some people buy their way in. Some just belong. #blood matters #family first. In the comments, someone asked, "Who's the guy near the trash cans?" She replied, "Oh, just someone who helped out. Just someone." That same week, Brent emailed me. Subject line, "Hey, can we talk?" The body read, "Hey man, first off, congrats on raising a brilliant kid. I know we've had our differences. But I really appreciate you being there for Ava all these years. I wanted to touch base about the laptop. She said you might want it back. Totally get it if you're feeling a little sore about the seating thing. Teenagers, right? Anyway, let me know. No hard feelings. Best, Brent." I didn't reply. I just forwarded the email to Dana. She never responded. Instead, Ava texted me the next morning. "You're being really immature. This is why I never felt close to you. You always make everything about yourself." Then another. "Mom's exhausted. You need to back off. You're acting like some victim when you've done nothing but make your life harder lately. Nothing but help. Nothing but show up. Nothing but sacrifice." And now I was being painted as the villain in a story I bankrolled. I started digging. Not out of revenge. Out of necessity. Old receipts. Shared credit card statements. Emails. I had access to everything. After all, I had been the tech guy for years. I was the one who set up Ava's iCloud. The one who helped Dana recover her Gmail when she forgot the password for the 4th time. And that's when I found it. An email from Ava to Brent. Dated months before graduation. "Don't worry. I'll make sure you get the spotlight. He just wants to feel included. But I'll handle it. You're the one who matters. I'm only asking him for the laptop because he's dumb enough to say yes. Just play along. Can't wait until this whole stepdad act is over. You and me, we know who my real parent is." The timestamps didn't lie. I printed them, highlighted the worst lines, kept them in a manila folder marked truth. But I wasn't ready to use them. Not yet. First, I wanted to see how deep this rabbit hole really went. That's when I found the shared folder on Google Drive. It was titled Grad Night Assets. Inside were photos, caption drafts, template replies to comments. Even the hashtag since day one was there. Created 2 weeks before the party. None of this had been spontaneous. It was a production. And I had quietly funded every single piece of it. Thursday night, Dana came home late. We hadn't spoken much since the party. Just silence and sighs between walls. She sat on the edge of the bed, pulled off her shoes, and said, Ava's hurt. She feels like you're pulling away. I am. She needs you. No. She needs an audience. She's young. She's not innocent. Dana looked at me, really looked. For the first time, I saw something other than practiced neutrality in her face. I saw fear. What are you going to do? She asked. I didn't answer. I just smiled. The kind of smile you give when a storm is already building. And you're just waiting for the lightning to land. I arrived early, not because I was eager, but because I wanted to see their house before the storm. The same crumpled gold Ava balloons still hung from the ceiling. Unwashed wine glasses sat on the sideboard. It was like the night never ended, no cleanup, no accountability. Fitting. They came in laughing like nothing ever happened. Dana smiled that tight, rehearsed smile. Brent shook my hand like we were old friends. Let's hope tonight's drama-free, he said with a wink. Ava wore a new dress. Phone in hand, didn't even look at me. We sat down, chicken, salad, wine, small talk that felt like a hostage negotiation. They talked about UCLA, internships, new beginnings. Brent nodded along like a proud king. I said nothing. Then Ava turned to me. Thanks for coming. I know things got a little tense, but maybe we can just let it go. We're family. After all. I smiled and placed a flash drive on the table. All three of them stared. What's that? Dana asked. Your memory, I said. I stood, walked over to the TV, plugged in my laptop, and clicked play. First slide, an iCloud screenshot. Ava's words. Don't worry. He'll pay for it all. He's soft. Then a chat thread between Ava and Brent. You're the only one who matters. The other one's just financing. Dana gasped. Brent leaned forward. Ava's expression didn't move, but her neck flushed red. Then came the audio. Ava's voice. Sharp and casual. I'll give him the bill and see if he cries. He's not even family. Just a small regret. Brent sat back, pale. You never showed me this, he said, voice low. Ava shifted in her chair. I opened another file, a folder titled Grad Night Assets. Inside, Photoshop drafts of the guest list. Photographer instructions. Keep Brent in frame at all times, and the hashtag since day one. Timestamped 2 weeks before the party. You didn't just erase me, I said. You cast me as background. Dana exploded. Enough. This is cruel. We were trying to make a beautiful night. I looked at her like she was a stranger. Beautiful, right? A $5 humiliation. My gift. My laptop. A seat next to the trash. Ava finally spoke. You're acting like a wounded child. I smiled. And you're acting like a supporting actress who thinks she won an Oscar. I pulled out one more thing. The bill, $5.132.88, printed. Folded. Highlighted. This is what I paid. Then I pulled out a second sheet. A spreadsheet. Laptop. $2. SAT prep. $1.200. Flights. $890. Dana's car payment. $3.500. 3 months of dorm rent. $4.600. Scholarship gift cash. $1. Total. $13.190. This is the price of being a small regret. Ava stared down, hands trembling. You threw a party where the goal wasn't celebration, it was a razor. Brent stood up. I didn't ask for any of this. No, I said. You just enjoyed it. Dana tried to cut in. We just wanted to do something special. I turned to her. You did? It was special. The most public humiliation I've ever experienced. Then I took out my phone. Opened the family group chat. Deleted it. Set the phone down. This isn't revenge, I said. It's closure. In full. They didn't speak. I stood, picked up my jacket, and calmly walked toward the door. Just as I reached it, Ava whispered, You're destroying this family. I turned back, looked her dead in the eye. You broke it long ago. I'm just stepping away. And I walked out. Blank. Blank. The morning after I walked out, I didn't wake up bitter. I woke up free. No calls. No group chats. No one asking if I could just help this one time. The silence wasn't empty, it was clean. For the first time in years, I didn't feel like a background character in my own life. I made coffee, ate eggs on a paper towel because I hadn't unpacked my plates yet. Sat in my small rented apartment with bare walls and zero expectations. And it was perfect. That afternoon, I opened my laptop and pulled up the folder I had labeled insurance. Screenshots, receipts, emails, audio files, the graduation invoice, the spreadsheet I'd shown at dinner, now annotated, color-coded, time-stamped, hyperlinked. Then I wrote the post. When someone calls you a regret after you pay for their future. That's not a misunderstanding. That's a blueprint. This is what family looks like when you're only useful in silence. I paid for the party, the laptop, the rent, the bills, the therapy. I showed up for 12 years. He showed up for one night and got the thanks. This wasn't revenge. It was my side of the story. I posted it anonymously at first, Reddit, a throwaway Medium blog, a few private Discord groups. By the next morning, it had over 300,000 views. By evening, someone recognized Ava. The post hit Facebook, then TikTok, then Twitter, then LinkedIn. Somehow, screenshots of her saying he's just financing started circulating. Threads exploded. People debated parental roles, emotional labor, financial abuse. I stayed out of it, but I watched. Because I was done arguing. I had spoken. Now they could choke on the echo. Dana called me 4 times in 1 hour. Then came a voicemail, tearful. Tight. Please call me. This has gotten out of control. She's getting messages. People are posting threats. Please. I didn't respond. Ava posted a black screen to Instagram with white text. I'm sorry if anyone misunderstood my intentions. Love isn't about money. Then she turned off comments. 2 hours later, she deleted her account. Brent tried to be clever. He wrote a short Facebook post. Social media is not where real families fix things. Stay strong. Ava, the people who matter know the truth. It might have worked if someone hadn't replied with a screenshot of him calling me soft and replaceable. That post got reported, then deleted, but the internet doesn't forget. The flood came next. Texts from cousins. Man, that was harsh. Maybe too harsh. You sure you want to air family stuff like that? If you need to talk. I didn't reply. My phone buzzed with news requests. A podcast host DM'd me. A counselor tagged me in a video about invisible stepparents. One guy from LinkedIn offered me a job. He said he liked my tone of quiet vengeance. I didn't accept any of it. Not because I was scared, but because I was done being a reaction. 3 days in, Ava texted me directly. I didn't mean to hurt you. Then again, can we please talk? Not to fight, just to clear things. Then a voice memo. Her voice sounded younger than she ever had in real life. I know I took things for granted. I don't know who I am without the drama. I listened twice, then archived it. No reply. Dana tried again. I raised her wrong. Maybe, but you were supposed to be the calm one. As if my silence was a contract she could renegotiate. You could have handled this privately. But that's the thing about silence. It only feels private to the person who benefits from it. I didn't move cities. I didn't burn all the bridges. I just stopped paving new ones. I changed my banking info. Cut off the auto payments to Dana's car. Cancelled the Amazon account Ava used under my name. Closed the shared Netflix profile. Small things, but symbolic. She noticed. I got one final message. I guess you really never loved me. It didn't sting. It felt hollow. Like the kind of line you write in a school play. The kind where the actor forgets the next sentence and stands there blinking. Waiting for the lights to go down. I didn't tell her the truth. That I did love her. That I still might, in a way I can't describe. But love without respect is pity. And I have none left to give. Some people think closure comes with an apology. Others think it comes with revenge. Mine came with nothing. No final speech. No dramatic text. No one showed up at my door crying in the rain. The end didn't sound like thunder. It sounded like silence. And I've never heard anything more beautiful. It's been 3 months. I wake up when I want. The apartment is still quiet. No one needs me. No one expects anything from me. My mornings belong to me now. Slow coffee. Open windows. No footsteps behind me. No guilt pacing in the hallway. Sometimes, I still check my phone and expect a "can you help with" message. It never comes. Because they finally got the message. So did I. I used to think loyalty meant staying when it hurt. That maybe, if I just gave more, waited longer, proved harder, I'd finally be seen, finally be loved the way I gave love. But they didn't want love. They wanted credit. They wanted funding. They wanted silence. They wanted access. I was never family. I was a subscription. The moment I stopped paying, the connection dropped. And the worst part? I let it happen. For years, I funded their version of me, hoping I'd eventually earn a place in the real one. I didn't realize I was just an emotional contractor. Useful during the renovation, disposable after. That's what hurt the most. Not the betrayal. The realization that I was never supposed to stay, just serve. Ava hasn't reached out again. The last thing she wrote was, "You really never loved me." I left it on read. Because love isn't unconditional when the conditions are lies. She thought I'd miss her. Miss her voice, her stories, her clever little manipulations. She thought I'd crumble under guilt. But she doesn't understand. I didn't walk away because I hated her. I walked away because I finally stopped hating myself for not being enough. Brent never messaged again. No surprise there. Ghosts don't speak when the lights come on. His role is over, and no one's filming the sequel. Dana sent one last message. "I hope you find peace. We're hurting too. You know." No, you're not. You're exposed. There's a difference. I didn't build a new life. I just stopped renting one. The version of me who tolerated the disrespect? He doesn't live here anymore. Now, I do my job. I go home. I eat dinner in peace. I take long walks with no destination. I read without waiting for chaos to knock. No one asks me to fund anything. No one expects me to fix what they broke. And maybe that's the biggest win. No applause. No awards. Just my name on the lease, and no one else on the keys.